Hey guys, hope you guys have an awesome Friday, ready to start doing some agent attraction in full gear this morning. Man, you guys have shared some incredible ideas. I was just going through some blessings personally, and I was thinking about, man, you guys have taught me so many things. I mean, I don't remember who said it last week or maybe even the week before. I want to give credit to this, but I think it was Chris. But he was saying, like, going out to open houses and reaching out to agents and doing some wellness checks. And last Saturday I just put that into place and just called a few agents then, and I strategically chose them, open house agents that are in my market. So I just went on Zillow, looked at the open houses that were around my area, and I just said, hey man, just doing a wellness check. Hey, this is Gil Ramos. You're like a few blocks from my house right now, and just checking up on you. I know it gets boring there, and from time to time, how's the open house going? And you know what's funny? And you probably would guess it, every agent answered the phone. And then I went back to my blessings too, and Lucy Quinones shared a few weeks back how she was using audio messages to get her voice into the ear of prospective agents. Man, and I was like, man, that just works. So I started doing some audio messages too over the last few weeks ever since she's in that, and people have been responding to that. Most of the times when you send an audio message, they'll put a little emoji on there, and you kind of have to keep the conversation going. Sometimes they'll send you an audio message back. But there have been so many great ideas shared here. And if you guys didn't hear, Phil Stringer just did a AI presentation on agent attraction. Rebecca Soto was nice enough to share it with me. And I'll make sure I put that link in there, something you might want to watch later on how to use AI to get your agent attraction in full mode. Basically going through and doing some deep research about AI and the benefits and doing comparative analysis towards the brokerage that other agent might be. What a game changer to kind of see that in motion. So, as always, we're going to start off with a few blessings. If you got something that you'd like to share, somebody you've been working on, something you've done that's got some traction going. Remember, it's not always about the absolute result. It's about getting things moving in the right direction. Something you've experienced. I'd love to hear about it. If you got somebody in your organization that's helping you grow, love to hear about that. These next 45 minutes is about being intentional about agent attraction. And we're going to go over a few things together that you can be doing in the next 45 minutes to an hour after this meeting. So we have a great Freedom Friday. Who wants to share something?
Good morning, guys.
Go, go.
One, my I call them agents that from another company signed up, so we're just waiting for the broker to release it. So that's good. And the other agent that
Chris, what
joined me,
company did they come in from?
she came originally from I want to say Douglas Elliman in Florida, New York neighborhood, which we're going to be talking about that because she came to New York for better expectations. I said we should go back to Florida and team up with the wonderful guys out there. In New York, she joined Keller Williams, and 6 months she's gotten nothing. And again, she's so impressed. And her name is Fire, which is funny for Russian because it's fire. So I told the top agent Fire to manifest her branding. Yeah, she's been at every open house, waiting for the broker to release it. Another agent that was with EXP left, went to Signature, and she has a closing today. And as soon as she closes, she's gonna sign up to come back to us, which is also good. And it's all about open houses. Seeing agents stressed out at open houses when their buyers don't show up, telling me, you know what? I want to actually have her speak to Vincent and Jay Kinder about us. They just didn't want, Chris, you know what? If you do this much for me and you're not my broker, I could only imagine the expectations of what you're going to do for us. So I told them we're still going to speak to everyone so you can know who the people are in our organization. But they jumped, without even speaking about EXP, which really shocked me. Like, you don't want to hear about Jay Kinder or our office in Forest Hills? No, Chris, you're enough. You're really helping me. So that's really an encouraging thing that happened today.
Good stuff. Good stuff, man. I'll be honest with you. I recently just had somebody join last week that left me about 7 or 8 months ago, and I had forgotten this person. And thank God I have an email chain. It's called my retention chain. So when anybody leaves, I say, hey, sure, no problem. If you want to go, I totally get it. But I make me a commitment. If your business isn't exponentially better in 6 months, I'm going to expect you to come back, and the doors are always open, right? So they're like, good, yep, yep. If my business, I'm going there, my business is going to be better. If it's not, I'll be giving you a call. You promise? And I just put them on an email campaign and set it and forget it. And this person's joining back, my organization, my team, and I'm super excited about that. If you ever have anybody in your organization leave, right, make sure that you have that conversation with them. It's totally okay. People make a choice, but that choice has to be like you. They need to know that you want them to exponentially win, right? So what does that look like over the next 6 months? How many deals would you have to do in the next 6 months for you to feel like, man, this was a great change for me, right? And if it's not a great change, totally okay. Doors open. I'm excited to bring you back, right? So make sure that you have those conversations. I think too many people, when somebody leaves, are like, oh, I don't want to talk to that person. Like you get all depressed and devalued as if one day you never left your brokerage and joined this brokerage, right? So, don't make that judgment. Go in there, make a commitment that you want to see them be great. And if they're not great, that you're committed to reshake their hand when they're ready to come on back. So, who else has got something they'd like to share? Blessing and recruiting, agent attraction. I'd love to hear it. You guys just here to see me? Totally cool. You're gonna see me eat and drink in front of you as well. Has anybody here? And I was kind of hoping I would see
Hey,
Vicky in
Joe,
here.
how's it going?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Pedro Reyes from DR. How's it going?
Let's go.
Woo!
Okay, okay. So letting you know that we're growing with co-sponsor in DR. We open for anyone that needs to grow their country, grow their organization. Look at DR, look at Puerto Rico, look at all the countries. We have two of the best guys leading the country from Global Alliance, which is me in DR and Eli Torres in Puerto Rico. So
No
please
doubt.
reach. We're growing as well. We have a lot of stuff going on in Barcelona if you're actually going there. But at the same time, if you have someone in Santo Domingo, in Santiago, in Punta Cana that you want to have the conversation and bring them over to EXP in DR, be a dual agent or grow your organization, this is the best time. It's created specifically for us to grow as Latinos, as persons that would like to grow their country. Give it a shot. We're going with Veronica. We're going a little bit further. We have another co-sponsor going with Gogo. We have a co-sponsor going with Wolfpack. This is the best time to reach out, and create. Someone likes Jill, and they want to have their same style gray hair like I do. This is the best time to have a conversation and grow. So reach out, and we're ready to grow with you guys.
Drop your
Just
info in the
curiosity.
chat. Drop your info in the chat.
Yes, sir. I'll do that.
If just if you would just kind of describe what that feels like. I think that somebody who maybe they have a friend or maybe they have a relative or maybe they have someone that they're connected to and they find out they're in the Dominican Republic and they reach out to you. What does that look like in that co-sponsoring kind of dating stage where they meet with you and they talk like how should they meet with you? And then what do you do during that meeting? Kind of give like a quick synopsis of what that looks like.
Yeah. Like the first thing that we do is to actually find out what's your background. Why are you interested in the art? Either you've been here before or your bloodline is Dominican and you're looking for that, or maybe what is happening like, well, my spouse is Dominican and I'm an agent in Colombia. So that's a combination that happens a lot. We go through that and we will send you the step-by-step of what we require as EXPDR for you to become a dual agent. It's a different format. We don't have an MLS. We don't have license. We have a very strong money laundering law, so you need to abide to that law. So you need to become an entity in Dominican Republic in order for us, because EXPDR is an entity of EXP. So we had to follow through the time the structure, legal structure, in order to pay you your commission. So you need to become an entity, and regardless if you're doing business abroad, you need to have a company in the country that you decide to do that process. After that, you have the confirmation of the lawyer, you go through the process of join up, and you're ready to roll. Remember that if you become a dual agent, there's a cap in the R, there's a cap in the States. Monthly fees in the R, monthly fees in the state. But we got commissions from 5% to 7%. So it doesn't make that
some
much.
of those Punta Cana retreat properties are incredible. I've almost bought one myself.
You should.
So if, again, definitely put your name in the chat there. If you've got somebody who is looking at Puerto Rico, for instance, you're absolutely right. Eli Torres, I wouldn't even sponsor anybody without co-sponsoring with Eli. And then in Dominican Republic, you've got your guy right there. These are guys who are going to basically make it easier for you to transition an agent into a local market, who know the local market laws, who know the local market like activities that are dollar productive. These are people that are going to build culture with you. Co-sponsoring is phenomenal. Like obviously, the people that I'm co-sponsoring are people that are looking for just grid coaching, right? So I've got a grid coaching program where it's designed to help agents really get into a schedule of production. No excuses. We kind of go through the process of like what is being a killer instinct agent feel like, and we go hard, right? So that's the program. We're actually going to launch that coming soon. But if you're looking to co-sponsor in another country, I don't know why you wouldn't co-sponsor with a leading agent in that marketplace. Anybody else have a blessing they want to share as far as agent attraction? What are you working on? What are you doing that's working, or that you've learned in here that you're kind of putting in process? I'd love to hear about them. All right, you guys did come to see me. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So check it out. I want to give you guys an example of something that I just learned from Phil Stringer in the AI, which was using AI deep dive, right? So some of you guys are like all into AI. Some of you guys are like, yeah, that's cool, right? So for some of you guys, this is going to be second. It's going to be something that it's already in your wheelhouse. But I need you guys to do this. Who is your biggest competitor in your market? What brokerage? What brokerage is it that you're losing agents to, or you feel like you're constantly going up against? And what I would like you guys to do is go in your ChatGPT and ask them, hey, I need you to do a deep dive on EXP Realty and Sotheby's, and show me why an agent should move to EXP Realty. And the reason why you want to do deep dive versus just asking, deep dive is going to take it about 15, 20, could take 30, 45 minutes. When it says a deep dive, it's going through all of this, all of the information that it possibly can. Now you can actually upload files, right? You can put links in there. You can put other people's YouTubes in there. You can put their company website in there, and you can tell exactly where to look. But it's going to take about 30 to 40 minutes to give you all of the information. And then you can ask it to give it to you in a presentation with pros and cons, with branding, with visuals and things of that nature. It was very helpful for me because we have a office in here in Central Florida, and I kind of know what they do, but I didn't know everything, right? So I did, in fact, I didn't even understand that they had a royalty fee that had no cap on it and how much that actually was costing the agent. So me just knowing that information, because I threw it into my AI prior to my meeting, was kind of like, this is a no-brainer. Like you're talking about our 16,000 cap, but at the same token, you're paying $29,000 into a royalty fee, and you never get the royalty fee back, but you get your $16,000 back in Icon stocks. So for me, it was kind of like, it just allowed me to go into a conversation. It's like, hey, just out of curiosity, what's the most important thing for you? And yeah, never heard of a royalty fee. Ask the KW agents if they have a royalty fee. They'll call it something else. They'll call it, a franchise fee. They'll call it, there's 1,000 different names, but it's a percentage of their income that's going away. That's beyond their split. In Exit Realty, we had one too. We just called it something different. At Remax, they've got kind of their franchise fee that they're kind of a 100% model plus a transaction fee, and also an override to Remax. Which, like, when you start looking at these and you deep dive them, it's going to just shoot out information to you that's going to say, okay, well, this is where you might want to lead the conversation. So I asked him, like, what's important to you? He goes, making money. Okay, cool. I think we're in alignment. I want to make money too. Is it important for you to keep as much money as possible? Absolutely. So I kind of just rang him into the conversation. I was like, so why would you give away $29,000 of your money? He said, I'm not. The guy had no clue. And I was able to pull his statistics up using AI So I knew all his numbers, which I knew his numbers better than him. And then I was able to use the AI to tell me, here's my model, here's what you would do in my model, here's what you do in your model. And it was ridiculous. It was a game changer conversation. We're already kind of filtering through like what deals he's got left to close out before the end of this month, so we can get his timing right. And I would absolutely, the moment, and I already did this, the moment you go into these type of situations and you are doing that, you just want to start flooding them with opportunities. My next thing is just get them a director call with the growth department so they can kind of just give them even more information. Have you guys seen the new? Man, I hate to even show you guys because you guys are gonna go too crazy with this. Have you guys seen the new iteration with the toolkit, specifically on growth, specifically about our rev share calculator? Something I've been asking for years, just came out. If you haven't had a chance to take a look at this,
Do you have an
this is
online account?
something I would bring up with
No.
someone
So
who's
how
actually
do you put
interested
this?
in doing growth or agent attraction. But it's right over here. It's a rev share calculator. And you can kind of
Okay,
diagram
but
out
you see how
what it
this
looks
says
like
ground and
for
this
an
says
agent
priority?
who is looking to make
Sometimes
some
they
extra
charge you a
cash using
difference
agent attraction.
between
Who's that? I got
this-
here.
This is only part, should be only for priority.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. It's a different.
Hey, Franny, can you mute that person? Awesome. I did not see the rev share capital. Well, you're going to see it now. All right. So I'm going to clear this out here and I'm going to put in somebody who's looking to join, looking to make this part of the business. Franny, can you mute some people? I can't do it. All right, I think we got it this time. All right, so you guys can see the screen here. Let's say you're looking to set up your agent attraction, and I'm going to assume your sales price is $425. You adjust it to yours, and I would use an average commission of 2.5. I'm really going to go kind of low on this, and I would say, well, let's say you attracted an agent, not a rock star, an agent doing like, let's say 6 deals a year, and let's say for instance, this agent's already at another company, and they think that they could bring in some people onto the company and they just have an idea of what that might look like, right? So I'm going to make this super uncomplicated. I'm not going to include any bonuses or anything like that. We all know that your first 3 levels are uncapped. So I'm going to say, okay, well, let's say for instance, this person has some influence and they could bring 15 people over EXP and not even make this an overcomplicated situation. Let's say for instance, he was able to bring in 10 people and 5 of them would be on the second level. That would bring in $37,000 in commissions. So that's an additional revenue to what his recruitment, his production would be, and he'd be able to say, okay, well, what can I do with that extra $37,000 if I brought my team over, right? If he had a larger team, of course, it'd be more. Let's say his production's higher, but I'm just looking at very, very low numbers because I want to show you like what could you do with $36,000 in addition to what you're making already every year? Could you use that to buy more leads to make you more productive? Could you use that to buy more signs? Could you use that to do incredible? Could you just put that in your 401k plan? Well, could you do that? What if you did that? What if you started to start growing, right? What if we went from 10 agents? Well, let me go back one page here. What if we went from 10 agents to 20 agents? And we got the second level at 10, and we got this one at 10 as well. What does that look like? What if you had those agents and they were more productive? What if they did 8 deals a year? If agent attraction is something that's important to that agent, let's just say they're a team leader or maybe they're a recruiting agent at the brokerage right now. This rev share calculator is something that you should sit down and talk with somebody. Don't start the conversation with it. Talk to them about what their goals are. Hey, man, what's important to you? How's the first 6 months of the year? We are now at a checkpoint on the year, right? They've raced half the year. They're going to look at the next half of the year and determine whether they want to be at the same brokerage they were at in the second half of the year. This is something I would sit down and say, hey, man, just out of curiosity, how are you doing so far? What could be better? You guys know those are my favorite questions. How's it going? What could be better? Tell me more. Right? I'm just going to keep interrogating, because I know all answers will funnel back to, I want more. We all want more. Every one of us. I don't care who you are. You want more love, more finances, more good stuff. And I want to show you through love that I want to support you getting more, right? And one of the ways we can do that here at EXP is by introducing revenue share. Now, again, it's not for everybody. For some people, I don't ever show them this. I show them, hey, what if I can show you a proven, repeatable system to actually building a schedule where you have dollar productive activities. It's a 3-day a week high level coaching program, and I'll get you in for it for free. People will pay thousands and thousands of dollars to be in a coaching program where there's actually it's just webinars and information. No, this is something where you're going to go through 3 days a week for 6 weeks that has a proven track record of getting results, meaning that the average agent going through that fast cap program is leaving with 4 written agreements. Ask them what they've done in the last 6 weeks and ask them if they can do 4, if they like to get 4 more agreements signed. Like 4 agreements is not commissions, but it damn sure makes you feel better if you got 4 listings and you price them right and got good photography that you got a commission coming, right? Or you got a buyer agreement and you're showing the properties and they're pre-approved. What most people right now, and you tell me right now, be honest with me, what most people lack obviously is discipline, a feeling of how, like the schedule, like how do I do this? What do I do in that time period? Why am I doing this? And that's what FastCap is doing for a lot of agents. I'm now starting to see, and we had Brian Ellington come in and talk about like FastCap, starting to see people go back into FastCap for a second time. When you're talking to agents, there's only 2 things that I think that they're really focused on, right? Production, right? And their brand. That's what I think right now is in the market. Now they may say, hey, I want training, I want support, I want mentorship, blah, 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 but they just want money. They want to do business. They want to make it in this business. They want to survive right now in this business. And you giving them an opportunity to even make, let's say they bring in 5 people. And they bring in making $20,000 a year for bringing 5 people to EXP. I can change somebody's life. I can pay somebody's car payment for the whole year. I mean, it's a pretty expensive car payment. I guess that's like $1,600 a month, right? It's a pretty nice freaking car payment. But you guys have exposed more agents to what we're doing if you want to get results. I want you guys to be honest with me. Raise your hand if you're actually talking to at least 10 agents per week about EXP. Raise your hand big. I want to see your hands up. And obviously, as agent attractors, everybody's hands should be up. 10. Well, that's what the next hour is for. The next hour, if you're on this call, you guys know this is a 2-part call. It's 45 minutes of let's get our mind right, let's get our tools right, and it's the next 45 minutes to an hour to start making some phone calls and some reach outs and some check-ins, some audio messages, right? For those of you guys who are comfortable, like just making some good old-fashioned phone calls. I've got my list of calls ready for me to call for this day. This Zoom right here is actually in between my money time. This next hour that you're going to spend, you're going to reach out to agents and you're going to find out, hey, how's things going? Hey, I saw you did this post on social media. So you closed that property. Whatever that intro call. Hey man, it's halfway through the year. Just out of curiosity, I'm talking to a lot of agents right now, and some of them have hit their goals, some of them are far from them. What's your plan for the next 6 months? What's your plan for the next 6 months? Gil, I'm going to get on these. I'm going to make agent attraction my plan. I'm going to make 10 calls. Great. Doesn't take much. I got on a call with Gene Frederick, guy who's making millions and millions of dollars a year in EXP. Anybody know how much people he recruited his first year at Agent Attraction? Arturo, do you know? 11. 11 people his first year. You want to know how many he recruited his second year? 9. Doesn't sound like spectacular numbers. And by the way, it took him 5 years to be able to get 40 people in his front line. Gene Frederick. How many people do you have in this organization? Like 17,000. Like 17,000. That's what 11 people could do for you in the next 6 months. Now, on the front end, if you look at it from just a short portion, 11 people is going to be in your front line doing 8 deals. It's about $40,000, 44,000 to be exact. Right? Not terrible, but there's a momentum that happens with this. There's a continued exponential opportunity that every agent attractor that's disciplined enough to every single week go after week after week after week after week after week, which makes the universe fall at its knees and makes it impossible for you to fail. That's what happens. I'll be honest with you guys. I want that for you for many, many reasons, because I know that what's going to happen is if you do that and the person you recruit sees you do that, and they're like, oh, I see how we do this. We went on a call. You got me on a 3-way call. I joined FastCap. I learned a better system. I now can CRM choice, which by the way, we haven't even talked about that on this call. Agents now will have the choice when they sign up to not just choose KV Core. They'll have Bold Trails. They have Lofty. They'll have, what's that third one? It's Bold Trails, Lofty, the Chime.
I think it's
I'm not sure what the
cozy.
third one is. Cozy? Closey,
Something.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure exactly what it is, but they have choices. They can come on and they can make a choice. And CRMs are hard to choose. So they're going to get educated on which ones that they might be interested in, how they work, and blah, blah. And they'll feel more empowered to run their business. They're going to have Canva Pro. They're going to have Slack. They have SkySlope. These are all tools people pay for on the outside to add to our value proposition. It's almost irresponsible for a real estate agent to be somewhere else. Now, why would they be somewhere else? Well, there's 1,000 reasons emotionally, but not too many logically. When you put math on a piece of paper and you start looking at the opportunity, it makes it very clear that EXP is the one opportunity. And really, on the back of my shirt, it says where pros go to grow. And if you are a top agent, you belong someplace. You don't belong on the JV team. You belong on the varsity team, right? If you're a top player, if you played football, you played basketball, you played soccer, like there are divisions, right? And you want to be in the number one division because that means that you're getting paid at the highest level. You have the highest circle of influence. You are at the epitome of your career. That's where you want to be. But I'll tell you, for most of you guys, it's just conversations. Are you willing to have 10 conversations today? That's it. I've told you guys before, the next 45 minutes, don't pee, don't go wash clothes, don't wash dishes, don't eat, right? All I want from you guys is 45 minutes to an hour of you concentrating on prospecting your organization, reaching out to people and introducing them a cup of coffee to talk to them about their goals, how you can help them, figure out who you can introduce them to. By the way, I had 2 people last week set me up on a Zoom to talk to somebody. I'm 2 for 2 last week. If you got somebody you want to talk to, let's just have a conversation. Set me up with them. I usually take Fridays from 10 to 12 specifically for agent attraction 3-way calls. So if I don't have 3-way calls to do, I just do my own calls. Make sure that you guys are using the time. If you want to get one of the best 3-way callers on the planet, go to 3waycall.com. 3waycall.com is actually Jay Kinder's 3-way call. I don't know what that guy's batting over 100%. Hell, he got me in on a 3-way call. So what actions are you prepared to do? What's your plan for this afternoon? What are you doing this weekend for agent attraction? What are you doing the next hour for agent attraction? What are you prepared to do? What are your goals for the next 6 months? Could you actually say to yourself, 100%, Kenny, I'm going to get 10 people by the end of the year in my front line, and I'm going to teach those 10 people how to do the same thing? I know you can. I know you can. But it takes a little bit of action over and over and over to get the results, just like muscles in the gym. Just a little bit of action. 3 times a week is all you kind of need. Anybody want to jump in? Lucy, you got some stuff going on. I know you always got some stuff on agent attraction.
Yeah,
What are you working
I
on?
wanted to jump in. I wanted to go over that audio memo you shared with last Friday, the one that you sent out. Hey, if you don't have a
Mhm.
deal or two and ready to close or close. Can you repeat that one again? And then I have a specific question because let's face it, you just said something very powerful. This is a muscle, right? And just like any part of your body, if you want to really develop a certain part of your body, you got to focus more on that, right? So I'm getting the people in the room, they're there. I've got to just close them, right? So I wanted to ask you this question. With that audio, if you could remind us again what it said, once they reach out to you, can you give us a sample of how you close them? Because we just got to go for the jugular. We just got to get them to the close.
Yeah, I don't remember verbatim. I can go back and,
So
take a look at it, but it was
I'll
if
remind
you
you, you sent some audios. You said I sent some audios to people on
okay,
Instagram. I think you said I got to do 20.
yeah,
So you sent 20 audios. You said, hey, listen, if you don't have a deal or two closing, reach out to me. I can help you. Right?
yeah, it was super
Like,
simple. I'll pull it up. Hold on.
yeah. My question is just tell us about the closing part. How do you close them? Because I've got a bunch of people. I just need to close them. I mean, they've been showing up to
Okay,
Winners
let me
Wednesday.
switch the word for you.
Okay.
But the message was basically if you don't have two closings scheduled for June, let me help. It wasn't that complicated. He goes, if you don't have
Yeah.
two closings scheduled for June, let me help you get three, something of that nature. It wasn't that complicated.
Okay.
But the point,
Yeah,
how
it
do
was
I
easy.
close somebody? I let them self-close themselves.
Okay.
I tell you guys all the time, curious people make more money. Here, let me just, can somebody role play with me a little bit?
I'll do it.
Hey, Lucy, how's business going right now?
It's okay. It could be better.
What would make you better?
I've just got a lot of buyers on the line. They're just not, signing on the dotted line. I don't have them under contract.
And I'm gonna accelerate this super fast for you guys. Oh man, that's a problem a lot of people are having right now. But we've got a proven, repeatable system to help people with that. If would you be interested in getting on a Zoom and I can show you how we're overcoming that problem right now and helping people get their buyers using our proven, repeatable system under contract in less than 7 days?
Sure.
It's all this. The model for closing is just this. If you want to write this down, if closing's not your thing, here's what I just did. I found out what there is. I asked them question one, how things going? What would make it better? She tells me a problem, and then I ask the golden question. The golden question is, if I could do X, would you do Y?
Okay. So, and here's I don't know if anybody else suffers from this, but sometimes we self-doubt ourselves, right? So I've been 20 weeks with Winners Wednesday, 20 weeks. They're showing up. Now they're starting to ask me. So basically what I just heard from you is let them self-close. And that's what's happening. Now they're asking me, so, hey, Lucy, so if I come to EXP with you, like perfect example this past Wednesday, am I going to be able to come to your office? Because like right now I'm with Weichert Realty and when I have to write a contract, I'll go to the office. So that's starting to happen. So maybe I'm just self-doubting myself because there are people, hey, Lucy, so I'm about to pass my state exam, right? These are all people that have been showing up. Like, once I pass my state exam, can I come work with you? So it's just me. It's my brain telling me, oh, you're not doing enough, or you're not doing it right, or you could do it better. But this is important because we got to keep our brain strong. So then what I'm hearing you say is no, let them self-close because they are, right? They are. They're asking me now,
Well, when you
and now I'm going to bring them.
self-close, it's not by accident. It's because you keep asking questions. So the only solution is I want more. And what I'm
Well,
asking them to do is like, well, if you want that, if you want this solution, here's
yeah.
how we do this. And
Okay.
most of my actual closing, just ask them like, so do you want to take the next step? Are you ready to change your business? Are you ready to take that next step? Would you like to know what that looks like? Right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let me tell you
That's
what
it.
it feels like to be in an environment where you never have this feeling again. Would that be helpful for you?
Right.
Here's what I would tell you. I've actually have an appointment at 1:45. I've got an open call time at 1 p.m. Between now and 1 p.m., Lucy, get me on a call with one of those people. We'll do a three-way call.
Okay.
Any
I'm gonna
one
reach
of
out to
them.
him
Just
right
say,
now.
yeah, just
I'm gonna
let's
reach.
just get that I will tell you, you guys are overthinking the three-way call.
Yeah.
All I want you to do is find out what the pain is everybody has. And there's, as a real estate agent, like we all know the pains, right? Pain is either my listings
Mhm.
aren't selling, my buyers won't commit. Even worse, I don't have any sellers or buyers to work with. I don't really know what I'm doing. I used to call myself a
Right.
referral agent, and now I've got no business. I need a restart, right? I'm just
Yeah.
barely making things go by, and I really got to just jump in, and I'm looking for help. Now, most people aren't going to come out and tell you that right off the bat, but if you start digging, how's business? How do you feel about that?
Right.
What would make it better?
So they're showing
If I
up.
could offer you
They're
something
showing
that,
up. So right.
go ahead.
I was just wanting everyone to know, you got to stay consistent at one thing. And that one thing for me has been Winners Wednesday, and the agents have been showing up. And I don't sell EXP, but yes, I'm at the point where now they're starting to ask me. So if I came to work with you, oh, so your real estate is with EXP, right? They're starting to like wonder, why doesn't she?
Yeah, Lucy, I'm going to tell you, you're kind of part of the suffering that I hear you doing right now is the suffering I used to have, so I can relate. What the problem, Lucy, is you're selling people on Lucy, right? And you cannot do that in scale because if everyone has to be attached to Lucy, then you're limiting how much your growth is. EXP can handle another 90,000 agents, Lucy, right? So what I sell is not Gil Ramos anymore. I sell EXP. I'm a part of EXP,
Right.
but I'm not the biggest part. So when I'm talking
Yeah.
to those agents, I'm talking about how I can get them on bull trails and help them get leads in their platform. I'm talking about fast cap. I'm talking about our gap mastermind calls. I'm talking about the tools that EXPs or icon conversations. I'm talking about the solo elite agent training, or even better, if you're a team leader, you can get coached by John Cheplack once a month for free, right? Like you're gonna get coaching by our CEO Leo Pareja every once a month on the elite agent solo mastermind, right?
Hmm.
I'm not selling Gil Ramos. Gil Ramos is not scalable to do that
Right.
many one-on-ones. I'd like to do a three-way call for you at 1 o'clock today. And by the way, all of you guys have access for me for three-way calls. Like I would love to have a calendar where all day long I'm sitting here working for Didi. I work for Didi. I work for Steven. I work for Jazz. Like I want to help you guys get your people on there, but you have to you have to take this next hour and start setting
Hmm.
appointments. And the truth of the matter is,
Well,
I'll make time. Don't worry about my Calendly account. Like you reach out to me, it's like, dude, I'll do one Saturday morning for you. Like I'll do one Sunday morning for you. Like I will commit to helping you grow. Now, to be honest with you, you got to catch people at the right season, the right pain. There's things going on emotionally, stuff like that. Even if you don't get them this time, if they end up going somewhere else in that time period, you just do the whole commitment. Hey man, you're going to go to that place, no problem. Hey, make me a commitment. If in 3 months you don't drastically change your business, 4 months you don't drastically change your business, will you commit to actually making the decision to join the best brokerage in the world? It's just gilramos.com, you spell. Go to gilramos.com and you press Let's Talk. You'll see my calendar. If there's not any Calendly stuff in there, just call me directly. Just text me directly.
all right. I'm gonna get right on that and get this guy at 1 o'clock, you said?
What? Let somebody beat you to the punch. Yes, 1 o'clock is yours. 1 o'clock is yours.
Let's go. Thanks, Gil. That was great.
What else, guys? We got a few more minutes. I hope you guys know that people are making a move right now. People are changing brokerages right now. It's June. It's the halfway part of the year. Right now, they're either committed that this is their solution or they're not. Arturo, you jumping in?
Yeah. Can you hear
Go
me?
I saw your mute
Uh,
button go off.
I kind of brought it up yesterday with you, but I mean, what do you think the best next approach would be for the agent that I was, trying to bring on, and she got called back, with the shiny carrot, and now she's just like she's there basically waiting to close 4 deals she's been waiting to close for like a year that are finally coming to fruition, and she wants to be able to get 100% of that. And so that's like her big objection, is that I don't want to give away 50% of these deals I've been working on when I can
Why
take
would
100.
why would she get 50% away? Is that because that brokerage does that?
No, just like, basically her whole thing about coming over to EXP, being a part of a team, a new split, like
There would be
she's
no new split on that business though. That business that she has pending right now, zero EXP would take zero from that.
I did not know that. Why is that? How is that?
All right. So in general, the golden
Oh,
rule
wait,
is
wait,
if
no,
you
pending. No, sorry. I'm sorry. It's not pending. It's like in the works. Like that's the thing. It's not even
so
like,
Arturo, very simple. If I could do X, would you do Y? If I could get it so EXP takes nothing on those 4 deals, right? So you make 100% of the money that you got on that deal. If we could do that protection period on those 4 deals, would that make? Could we make the move right now? This way we can get the next 6 months started the right way. And by the way, like you guys should be empowered as you guys are all owners in EXP, that you guys, if you guys had a problem, that you could come to me, you can go to Josie Baez, you can go workplace Leo Pareja and say, hey, I've got an agent right now, and they're willing to say yes right now. Can we waive these 4 deals? And you'd be surprised how many times the answer is yes.
it's good to know. I'll be calling
100%.
her after this.
There you go. Good. So we got 2 people we're going to onboard today. What else? We got 1 minute. Anybody else? All right, guys, I can't tell you enough. Everybody, whatever you're doing, the next 45 minutes to an hour has got to be about agent attraction. That's why we do this call, to set ourselves up ready, right? You are an agent attractor. You are somebody who has value. You have tools and resources most brokerages can't even dream of. In fact, if an agent is licensed and they're working for a company not called EXP, they're less than, as far as I'm concerned. And everybody wants better. That's why we're in real estate, because people want to upgrade. They want more opportunities. Even if they're downsizing, they're upgrading, right? Like the reality is, this is the opportunity. And if you need help, reach out to me, reach out to Jake Kinder, reach out to Veronica Figueroa, reach out to Bobby, reach out to Vincent Koo, reach out to Leo, reach out to Josie Baez, reach out to your growth director in your state. But do something in the next hour that's going to help you build your legacy, that's going to put some residual income in there just in time for Christmas. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next, I'll see you guys in the same activities I'll be doing in an hour. It's called winning. Take care. Be well.